please have your name?
Maria Matyszczuk.
Where were you born?
I was born in Warsaw, Poland,
When were you born?
1935, August the 3rd.
Felix, can I have your full name, please?
My phone name is 735-3712.
That was your full name, not your phone number.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Full name, please.
When you get old, you have a hard time to hear you sometimes. You speak up a little louder. Well, my full name is Felix Matyszczuk.
Okay. Where were you born?
Born in Poland, a little place called Rymacze.
Where is
Rymacze.
Rymacze?
Well, it's in eastern Poland.
Eastern Poland?
Eastern Poland used to be.
Used to be Eastern Poland.
Right now it's under Ukraine.
Okay. So when were you born?
October 29, 1928.
Felix, could you tell me about your parents and your family?
Well, my father born in 1900, and his name is Stanislaw Matyszczuk, and my mom born in 1906. Her name is Maria Matyszczuk. My father job was forest ranger. We lived deep in the woods. And when the war broke out, September 1st, the Germans attacked Poland. Then 17 days later, Russia attacked us from the other side. And they're supposed to be our friends. They signed the agreement that they're not going to attack us, but for them it doesn't mean nothing. They can sign any paper, and anything you want, they sign for you. But they never honor any agreements. So when they came to our part of Poland, they decide that we are a dangerous people, dangerous element. And they decide to take us to Siberia. So February 10, 1940, about 3 o'clock in the morning, day before they arrest my father, and in the morning they come in, they knock the door, and they said, "Get up, and you're going to go." We said, "Where are we going to go?" Well, they just show us that you're going to go over there. So that means east from the place where you used to live. So we start crying, everybody starts crying, mother and everybody. And they say, "Okay, we're going to bring your father back." So they brought him back, and instead 4 people, just like my father, my mom, my sister, and I. So they says, "No, it's going to be 8 people, because my grandma lives there, and my aunt lives there, and my father's brother's wife and little son, so make together 8 people." So they put us on this slave, and they just take whatever you can, take with you. And they took us to a railroad station and put us in a cattle cart. And I believe about between 80 and 100 people in one
Yeah, I know that feeling.
Then they cut the hole, right in the middle, they cut a hole, well, about 6-8 inches around, and that was our toilet. And they have big, like a shelves on both sides, so people lay down on those shelves there. And few days, they keep us a few days on in the station until they get enough people, to fill up the train. Then when they have all complete, they start taking us or east to Polish border, and they cross the border, and we figure out that we're going to go to Siberia. It took us from February 10 till Easter.
April.
So that's, I don't remember what day the Easter was, but we reached our destination just Easter, just a few days before Easter. So during the time when we traveled there, so once in a while they stop train and they call some people. He says, well, one guy for bread and two guys for water. So they give us little bread and water, and they give us herrings. Herrings, and it's nothing but salt there, you know, and they're not prepared to eat, they're just from the barrel, you know. And they give us that for purpose, so we will be thirsty, and they don't give us enough water. They try to break your, you know, morality and your stubbornness. So once we get there on that destination, the place they call Krasny Okon. That is Angel, big seaport in the White Sea, way up north. So that's where we go by train. Then from there we go one day with the truck, on the truck, big truck. Then we go about 3 weeks with the sleighs. And no roads there. You have to go follow the river during the winter time on the ice because it's everything frozen there. It's cold, it's 54 degrees.
Below zero?
Below zero. No. Yeah. And you have snow over there, 7 feet snow. So it's no road there. Then you have to travel on the river. In the meantime, you know,
A lot of people died on the way down.
yes, you know, and some small babies when they die, most of them they freeze up to death, you know. So the soldier they come in and you call, hey, look, somebody died over here. He come, he take baby by the leg and says, well, he's dead. So throw in the blank snow, and that's it, for the animals to eat. And keep traveling, keep going, don't stop. So finally, you know, after many bad things happen on the road, lots of people died, and they did. If you ask them something, they give you a good kick, you know, or something like that, or slap your face. And once we get there, they put everybody to work. I used to be a young boy,
12.
about 12 years old. So they put us in school. Because that place used to be a monastery for monks during the Tsar time. But when the communists take over, there was a lake not far, about 2 kilometers lake from that place. So the communists, they took all those monks and they throw them in the lake.
Drowned.
Drowned them in the lake, and they call it a holy lake. So, because they have to make place for the people like us, you know. And they told us over there, look, from the strongest one of you, it won't last longer than 8 years. Because we bring, every 8 years, we bring new people here.
And they out.
And they all die out. But it's funny part, it's no graves. You don't see even single graves over there. What they did, I don't know, to be honest. And people who work, they get 600 grams of bread daily, and non-working people, they get 200 grams daily bread. And you imagine how little this is. 200 grams of bread. So us little guys, they put us in school. So they tried to teach us that no God. And we keep telling them, look, we know God is there. They said, no, no God. I said, you pray to God and see if he gives you candy. So we pray. And he says, you see, no candy. Pray to Stalin. So we say, okay, Stalin, give us a candy. And then they give us a candy. Then my job used to be every morning to go over there in the classroom and make a cross and put on the wall. The other guys, they have job to take the pictures, Stalin's and Lenin and all other Trotskys, you know, and dig their eyes out and put them back on the wall. So finally they have enough of us and they say, okay, you're going to go to work. And as a lumberjack, because it's nothing but wood over there, forest is a few thousand kilometers. You know. Well, you imagine from Archangels right up to the Ural Mountains, so nothing but. And the place where we were, that was almost on the border to tundra. So it's
Tundra?
tundra. It's a little short kind of funny trees. No, they don't grow over there. It's too cold. So after almost like a year and a half, when Hitler.
Yeah, but you forgot to tell about your fishing and trying to get what you lived on.
Well, okay.
Oh.
Then
Fish and
anytime we have a chance, we go, because it's lots of fish there, because no people, you know, it's only very few people, and river and big lake. So and they have 3 Russian fishermen over there. Russian prisoners, you know, they catch the fish, and anytime they catch during the winter time, they catch the fish and they dump on the bank of the river. So it's cold, so they freeze right away, you know, and the trucks or slates supposed to come and pick it up and take to the nearest town, probably a few hundred miles. But if they couldn't make it during the winter time, so that fish is going to rot during the summertime. It's short summer, it's only 3 months, but still it's summer. So actually, it's, most of the time they waste that fish. So we go fishing, you know. In order to go fishing, you need a hook or something. Then we go steal from them, and we go fishing. And sometimes we go and we clean their nets before they come there. And they're wondering sometimes, they say, how come you, on the fishing pole, you catch more fish than we catch in the nets, you know? But there was a group of us, 4 of us, we go over there and in the nets. Well, you know, you have to steal in order to survive. Because nothing you can buy over there. They give you a piece of bread and that's all.
But you had mushrooms.
Well, we pick up the mushrooms and
Berries.
berries.
Onions.
No onions. No, nothing.
Never back.
So they told us one time, they said, well, we're going to buy the mushrooms from you. So yeah, so we went there and we picked up nice mushrooms, you know, the ones we know they are good. And she bought it, put in the barrel, and yeah, get all the mushrooms, put salt, you know, all the mushrooms. So we pick up all this poisonous mushrooms.
Poisonous.
Yeah.
You're going to poison the
We
Russians.
said, well, we're going to poison at least half of the Russia that way, you know. And he didn't say nothing. He smiled and put the mushrooms, salt, you know, fill up the barrel, cover that, next one. And we were so happy, you know, that the Russians going to have it. But time when they're going to eat those mushrooms. And the winter come, he opened those barrels and sell it to us. But the salt neutralized them, I think, because nobody gets even sick. So because we're a bad boy over there.
Well, you were 14, 13, 14, 15 years
So
old. My God.
one time he says to me and to my friend, he says, who put you up to do those all bad things and say bad things about the Russia and communists, and we learned some few bad songs, you know, about the communists. He says, your father did. I says, no, my father not. You took my father. They took a father away in different camp. I says, my father not with me. So they couldn't actually blame my father. And going back to Poland, because I live too close to the border, Russian border, so we have to learn Russian language from 2nd grade. Nobody asks us if you want or not. Mandatory language, Polish and Russian. So we speak Russian just like anybody in Russia. No different. They couldn't recognize that we are Poles. So he says, you all spies. We said, what do you mean with spies? My mother spy, my grandma spy, I am spy for 12 years old. What are you talking about? He says, so why everybody speak Russian? I said, because they teach us in school, because we don't want to be dummy like you guys over here. And we make him so mad. Few days before, one woman died, and they have special, like, it used to be a chapel there before, but they make, they keep people over there who died, they keep over there before they burn. And next day they lock us up in that chapel, and boy, we get scared. You know, 12 years old. Then they said, okay, that's enough with you, you're gonna go to work. So, lumberjack, we cut the wood. And my father worked over there, and they didn't pay you monthly. They give you weekly enough money to buy your ration, your portion of your bread, you know, whatever they sell. And when month ends, they call my father and says, you owe us 30 rubles. And the father says, what do you mean? Oh yeah, that's it. It's right there, right here on the paper. You know, they put what they want. And when I go to work, I make 300 rubles a month. My father asked, how the heck you do? Well, it's simple. Snow about 6 feet high or more. When you cut trees, it's fall down in the snow. Then you have to dig like
Trenches.
Trenches, you know, from trees to trees, and you cut the branches, burn the branches, and the other piece we have to cut about 1 meter long. And stash them, you know, about 1 meter high and a few meters long, you know. And we try to make them square yards. So we try to separate them, yard and the yard over there, and we dig the trenches so we can bring him around twice, from one side from the other side. And he marked every time, you know. Then sometime when we take him out farther, we pull those things, those pieces, and put new ones, and he come again and he check, you know. That's how we make money. he couldn't figure out that well, he was an educated guy, just, you know, not their prisoner, but they make him, you know, boss, supervisor, whatever. And we haven't got guards over there, like,
No
like
guards.
No guards, because you can't escape no matter what. Because no roads, no food, nobody sell you nothing, nobody give you nothing. Then it's wild animals and mosquitoes. Mosquitoes alone kill you. The mosquitoes, Russian mosquitoes, big. Just like a couple of inches, no, at least 2 inches. Huge mosquitoes over there in Siberia. So they kill you, nothing else will kill you. So I just don't remember the day, but it's about a year and a half from the time we arrived there. The Hitler attacked Russia. Then they become our friends. They called up everybody to the camp, main camp, and one of those commandant come over, and he says, well, the German dog attacked your country and our country. So we are friends, we're going to organize the army. But in meantime, General Sikorski, Polish general, made a pact with Stalin that we're going to organize Polish army over there. Then Stalin says, well, but you're going to stay with us. We're going to fight Germany together. So he said, okay, we just let organize. When we organized about, well, maybe 350,000 soldiers, we managed to get to Persia. It used to be Persia, now it's Iran. When Stalin found out what happened, he closed the border and he organized another Polish army. They called the Kościuszko division. So, and he didn't let them come out from Russia. They have to stay in Russia and go together with the Russian army and fight the Germans.
You went with them English.
But we managed to get to Iran, and that was under the British 8th Army. And I joined the army when I was 14 years old. I was maybe big for my age, I don't know. But we cheat anyway. We tell him that we are a year older than we used to be. Yeah, actually. So, but going back to the place when we left Siberia, we came to Uzbekistan. You know where it is. Kyrgyzstan, Turkestan, Uzbekistan, and all other stands over there. And the funny part, they put us to work, but they don't pay you over there with money. They pay you with goods, kasha. They have over there something like rice, but it's not exactly rice, and they pay us with that. So, because they give us a very little, so we go over there and we keep stealing that stuff until we empty the stuff, you know. Then one morning they call us up and they says, look, if you want to go to work, you can go. If you don't go because we haven't got nothing to pay you with. So he says, okay, now we know where the Polish army organized, we're going to escape from that. They called kolkhoz, that like government farm, because nobody owned land over there. In Russia, everybody belonged to the government, the Communist Party, actually, not the government, the Communist Party. So we escaped, but not exactly. They caught us before we reached the main highway where we can get some kind of, maybe some kind of truck transportation, go to the highway, maybe, you know, we give them something, they give us a ride. And they put us back in that place where we stay, and it was next night, it was so heavy rain. We said to each other, let's go now. They won't even think that we can do that. So we did. And we reached that main highway, and the truck, we stopped the truck, and we have some things yet left from Poland, you know, nice stuff, so we give it to him, and he give us right to the Polish place where they organize Polish army camps up there. So that's where I joined the army. And because so many civilians people, and only few, like in the place I was stationed, maybe 300 soldiers, but maybe 2,000 civilians. And we have to feed them too. So the civilian people, they find some kind of dish, whatever, you know, and they line up in the kitchen, and the cook give them first, and whatever left, he give us, because we beside the soup we have bread. So he says we don't need much, but those people over there, especially kids, small kids, they need it. You know? We managed somehow. Then they took me to a different place where it was more Polish soldiers come in. The place they call Kermine. It's in Uzbekistan too. It was big camp, and thousands of people, Polish soldiers came in, but only hundreds left because people dying. You know, when you're hungry and you get something to eat, you don't know when to stop. You eat until
Your intestines burst.
Yeah, and lots
A lot of people
died.
died.
Lots of people died. Then from there, but no matter where they. That was one city called Fiergana. People was, but not only Polish people, but those Russians too. They didn't have much to eat because everything went to army. You know? So the people was dying on the street. On the beginning, they anytime they find somebody dead, they pick it up, you know, and they put someplace. But it was dying so many of them, so they don't bother pick it up every single one. They wait until night. And the way you collect garbage here, that's how they collect those dead people. And they take in the desert, they dig a hole, bury them, and level up the ground, and nobody knows. Nobody knows the difference. So we stayed there, and the time came to leave Russia, so we went to port on Caspian Sea, Krasnovodsk. It's a big port. Then they loaded us on a ship named Kaganovich. They loaded us so tight because, you know, the Polish government, they try to, because you never know when they change their mind. So as many as possible, people, you stand like that, and that's how you stand. And the voyage is about maybe 6 hours or so to Pahlavi, Iran. Those days they call Persia, now Iran. I don't know if young people even know what Persia means. Did you hear a country like Persia?
Yeah,
Yeah?
in global studies we learned that.
And once we get there, there was a dirty camp and clean camp. And the wire in between. They have bathrooms there, you know, like steam rooms or whatever.
Showers.
Showers. And
You strip
you strip
everything.
everything, they shave you, and you
to the
go
shower.
to the shower, you went through, you go on the other side to clean camp, and they give you everything new. And they burn those, so they put gasoline in and burn because it was everything there.
You're so full of lice,
Lice,
you
you know,
jacket off,
you-
put it on
you-
the floor, you would move.
You know, we have one a guy with us when we picked him up in Russia because he was a Pole.
They were born in Poland, but Jewish.
When he took his jacket, he put it on the floor,
They would
I
move.
swear that thing was moving so much.
So many lice.
So many lies
bugs.
there.
And I had that too.
People don't realize, you know, you do like this, and you have cool hands. Oh, yeah. But only one country where they have something,
Called, say it in Russian, say it in Russian.
in Russia they call it voshoboyka. That means you kill those
Lice.
lice. Kill the lice. Voshoboyka, yeah.
You wash your,
They have like
your
a-
lice.
like
Wash
a,
your lice.
like a steam oven. You strip and you put that over there, you know, and say half an hour or so. They're supposed to be all that. But the Uzbeks, they have different technique of killing. They get 2 stones, and one guy
Hold on.
hold on and just keep moving, and the other guy with the stones do like this. Keep killing them.
Right in your seams.
In the seams, you know, you run over the stone, and the other guy with the something keep pounding, killing them.
No idea.
Well, they have
what it
big
is. No idea.
technique over there. They know how to do those things. They, you know, I tell you, little joke like they was pushing to get to the streetcar, and one Polish guy, one guy says, "Hey, wait a minute, why are you pushing so fast? What, don't you have
Culture.
buses anymore? No, don't you have culture, any intelligence, any kindness or something? Oh yeah, we have those things, but we don't have buses." That's why we keep pushing each other like that.
We have lots of intelligence, a lot of
But no
culture,
buses.
but
Yeah.
not enough buses.
So from there I went to India, actually in Pakistan, in city Karachi. We were stationed there together with the Americans. And a few weeks over there, then we went to Africa, British East Africa, by Lake Victoria. The nearest town was Makindu, Kampala, then naturally Nairobi. We wait there for the ship to take us to Egypt, Iraq, Syria, Palestine, all those places there. And because we are in the army, then the British told us that they're going to keep our family as close as possible to us. So my family was lucky enough to live in Russia as an army family, soldiers' family they call it, or army family, whatever. And they placed them in Africa. Some of them was placed in India, some of them in Africa. Some of them even come to Mexico here. Then after the war, we have to come to England, everybody.
Before war ended, did that really?
Well, yes, but I did come to England before war ended. But everybody have to come after war, and then everybody have to come to England to be demobilization. So they bring our family to us too. Then, because the Poland, not French, but the Poles was the fourth power, military power during the Second World War. They say it's French, but it's not true. The America, English, Russia, and Poles, those four powers during the Second World War. And our good friends, they betray us. Roosevelt, Churchill, they sold Poland to Russia because they don't want to trouble with Stalin. So they sacrificed Poland, Czechs, Latvia, Lithuania, no, not Yugoslavia.
But the Slavic line.
It's the Eastern Europe they sacrificed in order to satisfy Stalin. That's why we refuse to go back to Poland under the communist domination. Because we know the communists, we know them very well.
He was in Siberia once, didn't want to go there second time.
Nobody gonna go second time over there. So they promise us you can go any place you want, and His Majesty will pay for it. George VI. But we were so bitter because Roosevelt and Churchill sold us out to Russia, and we hate them. Our enemy is not only Stalin, but Roosevelt and Churchill as well. Because we stay with them. We knew in Yalta that Poland was sold already. We knew that. But we never give up fighting. We stayed together to the end. And that's how they pay us.
Polish Air Force in England.
Anybody see
Saved
the
their hide.
Battle of Britain? The movie, they tell you over there how Polish fighters fight for the British, for the British.
Even Churchill said.
It's It's not
Polish,
Churchill,
yeah.
but general commanding officer in England during the wartime, Air Force commanding. He says he never saw that so little done so many for so many. Small group. That's so small
So
group.
few-
So
so
few
few.
actually. So few.
So few did so much.
Did so much for so many.
Yeah, so many owed so much to so few.
And yeah, and even General Montgomery, he says,
He said.
Polish soldiers, if somebody let me choose, I will choose you from all of the rest of the soldiers' army. Well, they did love us when they need us, but after that they said, well, go to hell. So, because I'm ex-soldiers, I have extra privileges to come to United States anytime I want. They give us 18,000 extra visa for ex-soldiers. So I said, okay, I'm gonna come. I'm supposed to come to Newport over there. Newport. No, Bridgeport. I'm supposed to come to Bridgeport, so
Connecticut.
yeah, Mr. Kowalski sponsored me there. But my friend came before I did. He came to New York. I believe he's still there. He wrote a letter to me. He says, Felix, don't come. Because you are young, you experienced soldiers, and you're going to go to Korea. So I said, oh no, that's enough. Let the Americans do their own fighting. We were so
Disappointed.
disappointed,
So hurt.
so hurt, disappointed. So I said, oh no, no way, no more. So I went to Canada. I worked there 4 years, and I says, I still like to go to America. I don't care what. I know it's the best country, and the bigger freedom there, and democracy, and that's what I like. So I went to American consulate in Toronto, and he said, oh no, you have to wait 4 years before, at least 4 years before you get there. I said, hey, wait a minute, I have special visa over here. He said, show me. So I showed him, he said, okay, as soon as you
Get your shots.
get your shot, organize everything,
Medical.
medical, shots and things like that, and you can go. I said, you mean, say like next week? Yeah. I said, you make those papers ready and you can go. So I did. I came here
56.
in February '56. I registered to selective service, whatever they call it, selective service office. I registered myself there. They give me the group. What should I be? I have already my one son, so I wasn't afraid that they're going to take me. But we're not afraid to fight because we Polish people, we love freedom. We don't care where, as long as
How much we pay for it.
as we fight for the freedom, like, for example, General Kościuszko, General Pulaski. They fight for yours freedom here, not from Poles. We did fight during the Second World War for, it's supposed to be for yours and ours freedom, but it's for Poles it didn't work that way. We did fight for yours freedom, because our freedom is
We're sold out.
given as a gift to Stalin. And sometimes when I argue with American people, they say, well, you have to give something to satisfy Stalin. I said, why don't he give back Alaska to Russia? Oh, that's ours. I said, well, you see, it's easy to give something what don't belong to you. So I forget to mention that I lost my father in Russia. My father never made, he was joined the army, and they make him in charge for take the civilian transport to town Fergana. And over there, you don't have those railway stations every you know, 20, 30 miles, they maybe 200 miles, you know, maybe 300 kilometers. So when we stop on one station, a little bit bigger station, they have a soup, because people are lucky if they get soup. Never mind all the other stuff, it's soup. So few people from our train went to buy that soup, and that train didn't stay long enough up there, I guess. So people with the bread, they come to our train, and my father says, I'm going to get that 2 pail of soup, no matter what. So he did get, but he couldn't catch.
Didn't make it to the
He
train.
didn't make it. He make it right on the end of the train, on that platform there, they call it brake platform or whatever they call it. And that train didn't stop for almost like 3 days or so. And my father catch pneumonia, and in town Jambu in Uzbekistan, my father died over there. And train we stay over there for a couple of days. So when he died, we took him to this railroad station. They have like a little platform there. They told us to put him there, and they says, take the clothes off because somebody will take it anyway. We said, we dressed him up the way we're supposed to. And what happened later is your fault, not ours. So before our train left, there was already 8 people there laying. And where they buried him, we have no slightest idea. And that's roughly very short story of my life. Because if I go to the details, then, my God, we need 3-4 hours more probably. But this is the main, I believe that's the main story of my life. And I, thanks God, I am in America. And it's a beautiful country. And I love our president, Mr. Bush. He's my favorite president. My favorite president, that was President Reagan, the old Bush, and now the young Bush. They know what they do, and when they say something, they do it, not like some other, they keep talking and not do nothing. I understand this is a free country, and you can vote and believe what you want, but the name, lots of Polish people, they confuse Democratic Party with democracy. They say, this is that democracy, that Democratic Party. I said, no, that has nothing to do with democracy. This is the name only. And for some reason, well, maybe because the Democratic Party and president sold Poland to Russia after the war.
One reason for you.
There was
to
Democrat
dislike
president,
Democrats.
and for that reason, I just don't like them.
And they're too liberal. They're
Too-
leading
too
towards
liberals,
communism.
and they don't tell you truth. They say something else, and they do something else, and they change their mind. They view on the same thing. They change 3-4 times. We have a good example now on Mr. Kerry. But that's democracy. People want to.
Democratic people have to work that way. Everybody feels
country
and does whatever they want.
Yeah. But that's my point of view.
This is your personal opinion.
Yeah. And we are very Christian people, and we love God and America. And God bless America. And us in it. I thank you.
Thank you.
Well, you have to excuse my perfect broken English.
Perfect broken.
English.
We do it on time.
Yes.
I understand you're a decorated hero. Could you tell us about those decorations?
Well, I did what all the soldiers supposed to do, and because the communist government for 50 years in Poland, they didn't recognize us as the Polish veterans. They told us that we are some kind of hooligans, you know. Oh yeah. And when Poland get rid of the communist system and elect Lech Wałęsa as the first
President.
democratic president, he give us a battle cross. I get one of those battle cross, and I'm proud of it. I have a few more, but not that important. This one I cherish the most. And now I received a letter from Poland, from Polish Veterans Affairs Office, that they gonna give me another one. And that's gonna be called Siberia Cross. And I'm not sure that I'm gonna get it, but they sent me a few letters in that respect, and in
He's
process.
hoping.
It's in process, so
He's hoping.
I'm hoping, because I like to leave that in family as a token, that, because right now some statesmen, they says that the Russians, they never send posts to Siberia. People go for work over there. You know,
Freely.
Freely, they try to change the history, you know. So I like to have that thing
Prove it was
to
different.
prove that was different. They didn't ask us to go. They just break inside the house 3 o'clock in the morning, and in Russia they say "Собирайся." That means
Get your things together.
yeah, and out you go. So that cross is gonna be something nice for me anyway. I do appreciate that.
Then on that note, I think we will close.